Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktirabhavati Naishraki. Radraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. We're reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 3rd canto, chapter number 23, Devahūti's Lamentation. Devahūti, who is the wife of great sage Kardama Muni, has served her husband very faithfully. Both Kardama Muni and Devahūti are devotees of Lord Krishna. Kardama Muni is a very poor person. He is a Brahmana. And Devahūti is a daughter of a great king, Maharaj Swayambhuva Manu. Even though coming from a royal background, she did not expect any material pleasures like big house or anything from Kardama Muni, and she served her husband very faithfully while her husband Kardama Muni was doing tapasya of Lord Vishnu. While serving her husband, she did not worry about her own physical health. She was always concerned about how she can serve Kardama Muni. Seeing the dedication and commitment of Devahūti, Kardama Muni blessed Devahūti. And at that time, he gave her the boon or a blessing. Devahūti requested Kardama Muni that she wants a son who can look after her when Kardama Muni goes for sannyas ashram. To fulfill the desire of his wife, Kardama Muni, first of all, with his yogic power, created a beautiful mansion, and we learned about that in the previous shlokas. This aerial mansion was like a flying plane, aeroplane, which was not 1 story, 2 story, but 7 story. And it had all the facilities, all the furniture, all the paraphernalia required for the material enjoyment. There were thousands of maid servants in that palace to serve Devahūti. The palace, the flying mansion or aerial mansion, was studded with diamonds and golds and jewelries. It had all the expensive decorative items. There were beautiful gardens, beautiful birds flying in that mansion. So this was all created by Kardama Muni with his yogic power. At the same time, with his yogic power, he decided to revive the physical health of Devahūti. So all those maid servants gave her the Ayurvedic treatment, and she could revive her health back to very healthy personality. And with that palace, with that aerial mansion, Devahūti and Kardama Muni traveled all over the world, all over the universe actually. And that description is here in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So this is a journey beyond this earthly planet. And nowadays scientists are trying to reach the different planetary systems. But Kardama Muni with his yogic power could create a plane which could travel all the universe, not only Earth, but anywhere else. That is like an easy journey to other planets. So we're going to learn about that here in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So Kardama Muni says here, description by, this is Maitreya Rishi describing it to Vidurji. Maitreya Rishi says, Tenashta lokapavihara kulacharendra Droni Swaanga Sakha Maruta Saubhagasu Siddhernuto Duduni Patashiva Swanashu Reme Chiram Dhanadval Lalanavrit Varuthi. So here the description says that in that aerial mansion, Kardama Muni traveled to the pleasure valleys of Mount Meru, which were rendered all more beautiful by cool, gentle, fragrant breezes that simulated the passion. So this valley, which is called as Mount Meru Valley, is not in the earthly planet. It is beyond the earthly planet. This is called Swargaloka or Devaloka. That is where this is situated, where all the Devi Devtas go there for entertainment. In this valley is the treasurer of gods, Kuvera, surrounded by beautiful women and praised by Siddhas, generally enjoy the pleasure. So this Mount Meru Valley, which is in the Devaloka region, Swargaloka region, which is beyond this Prithvi Loka or earthly planet, their Kuveras along with Siddhas and all their associates, they go there for the enjoyment. Kardama Muni, also surrounded by beautiful damsels, and his wife went there. And they were there enjoying like a vacation for many, many years. They went there with a plane in the Mount Meru Valley. So Srila Prabhupada is describing about this place which is called Mount Meru. The Kubera is one of the 8 demigods who are in charge of different directions of the universe. So there are 8 directions. Each direction, one of the Devata is in charge, and Kubera is one of the in charge of one of these directions, and is also the treasurer of demigods. It is said that Indra is in charge of eastern side of universe. So all these 8 directions. So east is ruled by Indra. Indra is the king of all the Devi Devas. And in the eastern side, heavenly planets or paradise is situated. Agni is in charge of southern portion of universe. So east, Indra, south is Agni. Then Yama Devata, who is the Yamaraj, who is the punisher of sinful people, is in charge of, so Agni, is southeastern and Yama is the southern portion. Okay. So Yama is the southern portion, Agni is the southeastern portion, and Indra is the eastern portion, right? Eastern side. So 8 directions we are talking about. Then Nritti is in charge of southwestern portion. Then Varuna is in charge of what? He's in charge of water actually, and he's in charge of the western portion of the universe. Vayu who controls the air, is in charge of northwestern part. You see, every area is governed by different personalities. The universe is very huge. We are not talking about Earth, we are talking about the whole universe, right? So it has to be governed by various administrators. And by Lord Vishnu's arrangement, there are various Devi Devatas who have been given this responsibility to govern that part of universe. The Kuvera, the in charge of demigod, is the in charge of northern part of the universe. So all these demigods take pleasure in the valleys of Mount Meru, which is situated somewhere between sun and earth. Right. So this all the Devi Devatas, when they go for a vacation or picnic, they go to the Mount Meru Valley, which is very beautiful, and that is where Kardama Muni, along with his wife Devahūti, went there in an aerial mansion because he wanted to give her the pleasure of seeing the whole universe, because she deserved a reward, right? She served him. So the aerial mansion, the Kardama Muni traveled throughout the 8 directions controlled by the different demigods described above. As the demigods go to Mount Meru, he also went there to enjoy the life. When one is surrounded by beautiful young girls, like sexual stimulation naturally becomes prominent. Kardama Muni was sexually stimulated and he enjoyed his wife for many, many years in that part of Mount Meru. But this was praised by many, many Siddhas, being who have attained the perfection, because it was intended to produce a good progeny for the good of universe. So there they had all the material pleasures, and then Kardama Muni, he fulfilled the desire of his wife of being a child. So next shloka it is described, Vaishrambake Surasane Nandane Pushpabhadrake manase chaitratyecha reme ramaya rataha. Satisfied by his wife, he enjoyed in that aerial mansion not only the Mount Meru but in different gardens known as Vaishrambhaka, Surasana, Nandana, Pushpabhadraka, and Chaitraratha, and by the Manasa Sarovar lake. So these are all spiritual places. Easy journey to other planets by yogic power. People are working very hard to build mansions, to build houses, to have entertainment, pleasure. But it's all possible if you do yoga power, you do service to Krishna. Karada Muni, he was great devotee of Vishnu, so he achieved all the siddhis. So with the siddhis, anything is possible. There is nothing impossible. Next shloka it is mentioned. Brajishnu vimanena kamagena mahiyasa vaimanika atyaseta charalokan yathanila. So further, Kardama Muni traveled in that way through the various planets as the air passes uncontrolled in every direction. So there was no visa required for Kardama Muni to travel all over the universe. He traveled 8 directions, all the Mount Meru, and all the wonderful places which was mentioned here in the previous shloka. He traveled to other gardens like Vaishrambhaka garden, Surasana, Nandana garden, Pushpabhadraka, Chaitrarat, Manas Sarovar, everywhere Kardama Muni went, and it was uncontrolled, just like a wind. Wind can go any direction, anywhere. Nobody can stop wind. Similarly, Kardama Muni could not be stopped. Coursing through the air in that great and splendid aerial mansions, which could fly at his will, he surpassed even the demigods. So demigods have certain restrictions. They can't go here, they can't go there. But Kardama Muni, with his all yogic power, he could go anywhere and everywhere. Narada Muni is similar to that. Narada Muni is great devotee of Lord. He doesn't need even a plane. He just thinks and he can reach there, you see. So that is the power of a devotee. Srila Prabhupada, he could travel everywhere, all the places on the earth. He traveled within less than 14 years, just like Kardama Muni or Narada Muni, who travels to spread the message of Narada Muni, travels all over to spread the message of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada traveled uncontrolled everywhere. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The planets occupied by demigods are restricted to their own orbits, but Kardama Muni, by his yogic power, could travel all over the different directions of universe without restriction. So nobody can restrict a devotee. So Prabhupada ji, he traveled everywhere on the earth, established Krishna temple everywhere. This is what the work of a devotee is, to preach, to spread the message of Krishna consciousness. That is our Krishna consciousness movement is all about, is to spread the holy name, travel. The living entities who are within the universe are called conditioned souls, and they are not free to move anywhere else. We are inhabitants of earthly globe. We cannot move freely to other planets. So Kardama Muni, he was beyond the material control because of his spiritual power. Normally, people on the earth, if they want to go to the moon, they need to have a special space suit. Then only they can go. They can't go like that. Even though they have a vehicle, aerospace vehicle, which can take them to the moon, they can't go with this body. They have to change the body by wearing a different type of space suit. Otherwise, they will not survive there. But Kardama Muni did not have to undergo that change. Not only moon, he can go to any part of the universe. There was no restriction. The living entities who are within the universe are called conditioned souls, and that they are not free to move anywhere else. We are inhabitants of earthly globe. We cannot move freely to other planets. In the modern age, man is trying to go to other planets. But so far they are not successful. That is very difficult. With the material means, it's hard to go beyond certain limits. It is not possible to travel to other planets because by the laws of nature, even the demigods cannot move from one planet to another. So we will, no matter how hard we try, we will not be successful because there is a limitation. Everything has a limit. You just can't go beyond that limit. Like uh, a tiger or a lion can run, but not to a certain extent, as the horse can run or a deer can run. Every animal has certain limitation. We can eat, but not as much as an elephant can eat. So we have a limitation. Elephant also has a certain limitation. So everybody has a limitation. Similarly, Devi Devtas, they are also living entities, but they also have limitation. You can't be unlimited. Only person who is unlimited is Krishna. But Kardamuni, by his yogic power, could surpass the strength of demigods and travel in the space in all the directions. That is the power of yoga. Easy journey to other planets. If you really want to explore the other planets, get the yogic power. With that, then you can explore everything else. The comparison here is very suitable. The words yatha anila indicates that as the air is free to move anywhere without restriction, so Kardama Muni unrestrictedly traveled in all the directions in the universe. You can see that Kardama Muni, he had yogic power and he could travel anywhere and everywhere. That's the easy journey to other planetary systems. So we can see that there are other sages also, like Durvasa Muni also was able to travel anywhere actually. So he was on earthly planet, went to Amrish Maharaj, and then when Sudarshan was following Durvasa went from Amrish, from earthly planet to Brahmaloka, Brahmaji, and then went to Shivaloka, and then went to Vaikuntha Loka. Char Kumaras also could travel everywhere and anywhere. So we have seen again and again that devotees have easy access to all the planetary system, right? We'll pause here. We'll continue our study of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam tomorrow. Vrindraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada.